Three, two, one. Welcome in, everybody. Much love. How are y'all doing? I'm gonna probably actually keep this, and I'm gonna rethink having a swamp in the deck. Hi, have fun, and I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're having a 10 out of 10 day, and maybe I can help bump that up to 11 out of 10. Much love. Welcome in, Trav here, and today. Yeah, this swamp should not be in the deck. Today, testing. We're continuing a little bit of Pro Tour testing, and I'm going to talk about the metagame, like where things are, where I am for the Pro Tour, because, man, I'm going to Hawaii in 1 month, and I really want to maximize my odds. Jesus, I really want to have a good chance of winning, because if I win, it will be good for business, and I will get invitations to Japan and to Ireland next year. I don't really care. Yeah, it'd be cool to go back to the UK and see my UK friends, but I also have never been to Japan. I once skipped the world champs in Japan because I didn't have the money and was afraid of debt in college. Um, if that I ran it back, I would tell a younger version of myself to not be so afraid of debt because being in skipping world champs is kind of brutal. So once again, I don't really mind if we lose. We got horribly mana screwed. This hand was probably a mulligan, and the swamp fucked us. But we also got a bit unlucky by just not drawing three straight non-lands. That I believe was like less than 20% chance to happen. So I stand behind my keep. I stand behind changing the deck. And the goal isn't necessarily to win, but to learn the Emrakul matchups. Just want to learn cards. So metagame. We're not going to have all the cards online for standard. Before the Pro Tour, we drew a forest, so we actually get to play Magic. I'm going to go for Matter Reshaper to beat down because we can go Pilgrim's Eye into either Traverse or Vessel on the next turn, which I like. We could have gone Pilgrim's Eye to Forest, into Vessel, into Ishkana. That maybe would have been better. Um, 5 mana. Goggles, Ishkana. I don't care so much about that. It's whatever. It's definitely like annoying, but we have our own Ishkana coming soon. Pilgrim's Eye. I'm gonna get a forest, and I'm gonna traverse for another forest, or maybe for a mountain. It's a tough call. Forest, traverse. Do we want a mountain, or we do want another forest? The mountain could cast a Kozilek's Return that we would draw. A forest would cast a Decimator. I'm gonna get a forest because we already have Sanctum for a Decimator, and I'm gonna ship the turn. Yeah. So talk a little bit about metagame standard. I'm gonna be doing. Geez, I'm so busy. Like I'm so busy with my life and with training and with coaching and with YouTube that it's really hard for me to devote extra time just for preparation. So I'm trying to blend as much as possible, do both at the same time. So I'm not going to block because we like to edit the Horde Swarm. So that's why I'm testing things that are not what I would play but close to what I might play. This deck, I wouldn't play this, but I'm talking to Robert Santana, who beat me at the GP, about green, black, red, Delirium. That's something I would want to play. I'm not really into Tamerge just because I don't like Elder Deep Fiend that much in that deck. It's complicated. It's just not my favorite. Opponent has 5 cards, so they're about to do some crazy shit. I'm going to throw down Thought-Knot Seer because I want to stop them from casting like an Atarka or something. See what they have. Ulvenwald Hydra, Ulamog. They have 5, 6, 7. I guess I don't care so much about Ulvenwald Hydra. Ulamog is just going to beat us. So I'm going to get rid of that. Ship the turn. Yes. I'm probably not going to play Blue-White Spirits. There's a chance actually. It's a little bit fragile, but I don't really like the aggro matchups, which are getting a lot better. Like I need to test against the green red. I need to test with the green red aggro really badly. That's high on my list. I'm looking at black aggro now. I prefer to play aggro at Pro Tours because You don't, it's just can be hard to build control because you just don't know what people are doing. Okay, we're getting a little bit of time. Primal Druid I like. I'm gonna go ahead and use Vessel because we could really use another land, which we hit. Could be a Sanctum, or we could go get Pilgrim's Eye for another land. We also hit Kozilek's Return, which we could play and wipe things. I don't think we really want to do that. So we could get Pilgrim's Eye for a land, or we could get a Wastes and turn Matter Reshaper into It of the Horrid Swarm. What's going to give us the best chance of Emrakuling next turn? We've got Enchantment, Sorcery, Creature, Land, Artifact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creature. We could Emrakul next turn, 3, 4, 5, if we make sure to have lands. I'm going to get Sanctum. And I'm going to play it, 3, 4, and I'm going to play Primal Druid with the assumption that we'll be able to chump block. Maybe that's wrong. Otherwise, we'll hit a land anyways. So the next turn, we could go Emrakul and go get. We could maybe get Emrakul. Like, I don't mind to see another Ulvenwald Hydra. If we can Emrakul, we can win this. What else am I testing on? There's like Blue-White Flash that I like. I really like Sky Sovereign. That's a card that I want to play. I also really want to play Transgress the Mind. I don't care that much. Like, I just want to look at people's hands if possible to know what they're playing. We'll save a lot of energy at the Pro Tour because uh, because you don't know what decks people are even playing. Like, okay, so we can cast Emrakul on this turn, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm not gonna cast Kozilek's Return. We could cast Kozilek's Return actually, and then attack the opponent's Hydra into our Emrakul. That might be better because the opponent's board is more impressive than ours. So I guess I'm gonna do that. The problem, yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that and go get another Emrakul. Decimator is just like, or we could get Decimator. It just seems better to sweep things over. I'm gonna go get another Emrakul and probably, hopefully hit a land here onto the battlefield. We've already played a land, but certainly can't be mad about that. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna get a forest because we're actually close to double Decimator. We could double Decimator next turn if we wanted. Yes, I'm gonna sacrifice just one to get the second Emrakul. And then I'm gonna keep this other Sanctum. And try to not play a land, ship the turn. First turn we get control over, so I'm learning how Emrakul works. Grapple with the past. What else am I working on? Traverse, I would say, is the #1 card I want to play at the Pro Tour. Just because I want consistency and power. It's my favorite card. The opponent's hand. Okay. And there's a Hedron Archive. So I'm definitely going to start off with Traverse. And probably find nothing, unless I can find something that just wrecks themselves. I could get Ulamog and cast 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could get Ulamog and then exile 2 of their own stuff. But the problem would be then there would be an Ulamog that like could kill us. So I probably don't want to do that. The opponent is Ishkanah and a Hedron Archive. Alternatively, I could go get like an Evolving Wilds and crack it. I could get an Emrakul. Dragonlord Atarka doesn't kill my own stuff. World Breaker, I'm just gonna break off. And I could play the Hedron Archive and sacrifice it, but uh, maybe I should do that. Like, the opponent's gonna be able to do it anyways, and that way we would get more options of how to like waste those cards. But I want to limit the opponent's mana because we're going to be able to Emrakul again. Okay, just attack with the Hydra and block the Hydra. Not necessarily the best Emrakul, but pretty good. Like, nerfing the Traverse was huge. Okay, creature gone. Yeah, so, I either want to play like an aggressive deck with discard or Traverse off the top of my head. Oh, the opponent top decked another Traverse. That's exactly why I want to play that card. It's an insane fucking top deck. Holy shit. It's an insane top deck. That card is a crazy top deck. It's also very good on turn 1. So I'm getting confirmation that I want to play that. Um, Although, if there's a deck that just wins, like a deck that's just insanely good, then I would play that. And we're going to be a mana off of Emrakuling and then just lose to that thing. So I'll probably scoop. Again, at this point, winning is not the number one thing. For me, it's just learning how the decks work. Although, it's annoying to play against decks that are rotating. But, whatever. Okay, I'm going to concede because we're now like a ways from Emrakuling. So I'm just going to scoop out. Sorry to lose, but again, I don't care that much. Noose Constrictor sucks, and I like it as a sideboard card, but just shouldn't be in these decks. Crumbling seems kind of good. Kozilek's Return seems kind of not good. And then Matter Reshaping is certainly not bad. I like doing the Ishkanah thing into Decimator as our primary game plan. We could also play Mockery of Nature to blow up Hedron Archive, but I think that's the only thing it destroys. What else should be on my list? I'm looking at the black-red aggro stuff now. Blue-white. Yeah. I'm wanting to play like a maybe like a black colorless Eldrazi deck. Like Transgress and Thought Knot Seer and Distended Mindbender with the new black aggro 2-drop. And I don't know. It's just an idea. Like I need to test. And that's it. So our draw was pretty fucking terrible last game. Opponent mulligans to 5. Our draw was like unreal bad, but we came back and almost won, except the opponent top decked. Although I'm not going to be like, oh, so lucky, so wrecky, because I'm going to get a forest, even though we need a colorless, because vessels will probably find a colorless, and I want to be able to throw down 2 vessels on the next turn. Just Traverse is an insane card. It like makes your top deck's potential so high. Alright, so we're going to be vesseling. We're going to be vesseling. It makes your top deck potential super, super dumb. What I'd really like to do is find a way to play Transgress and Traverse in the same deck. That could be a Jund Delirium deck. Potentially. Okay. So not getting a... Do we want to get a Decimator or an Emrakul? I think I'm going to get a Decimator based on what we have. And I'm going to play another Vessel. Yeah, I mean, perhaps I should have just gone for the Waste on turn 1, because now, like, we would really like to Thought Knot on the 4th turn, but I can't. Coming up. Pff, man, shit's gonna get crazy in October. I'm also planning out my trip. Sanctum off the top. Pilgrim's Eye is not a bad one. It's annoyingly slow because this is the turn that I really want to Thought Knot. But perhaps I fucked it up with the lands on turn 1. We're gonna be mana clogged. Well, the opponent has played nothing so far. Attack. I would love to save Traverse, but the only way we're hitting our land drop this turn and playing Thought Knot is off of a Traverse. So I'm going to cast a Traverse and get a basic land. Or no, maybe, oh yeah, we're not there yet. We don't need, I guess we might someday need a red, and probably triple green will be enough. So throw down Thought Knot, take their 5, probably. Then Thought Knot, take their 6, and try to finish them real quick with Decimator. Possible I did want another green mana. Unclear. Thought Knot Seer. Kozilek's Return. Can't do much about that. World Breaker or Traverse? They're not yet traversing, and World Breaker, I mean, they're a ways away from World Breaker as well. But I think I'm going to take the World Breaker, and then we're going to Thought Knot Traverse. But, I mean, Traverse only gets a land right now for them anyways. So maybe we can ignore this turn and set up for a Decimator kill. Into the Horde Swarm costs 8, so we're not quite there yet. I'm going to crack Vessel and see what's available. Matter Reshaper is kind of sweet. I guess we would rather actually have Pilgrim's Eye. And then throw down another Thought Knot. We are going to be at the wild victim of top decks, but the opponent's dead very soon. Take Traverse. If the opponent top decks a creature to flash back their stuff, we're going to be dead. If not, we can attack for 13 next turn off of Decimator. Not a kill, so I think we have to wait 2 turns to win. Headrun Crawlers. Opponent still like needs top decks. Thought Knot is a brick right now. Decimator not a kill. Definitely not going to hit the Horde Swarm. We don't want to lose any of our Thought Knot stuff. Most likely Vessel, Pilgrim's Eye. Vessel for gas, Pilgrim's Eye for land. Attack next turn unless the opponent top decks Decimator. And yeah, Ishkanah is the gassiest. 2, 3, Pilgrim's Eye. Go get another Forest, play it. And the opponent has to top deck on this turn. I'm not playing Thought Knot because maybe I should have gotten a mountain or the swamp to Ishkanah Drain. I've never actually used that, and I've been punished horribly for having it, so. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da. Alright, see if the opponent top decks. We know they're holding a land, plus the card they drew. They're holding the card they drew only. Okay, there's an Emrakul. 5, 6, 7. Can we cast that? Or would we rather just decimate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn sideways. Probably rather just win than Emrakul. Could risk losing. Sweet. Yeah, I don't like Mockery. I'm gonna fuck up our curve. Primal Druid seems not as good as just having a body, probably. Unless we're emerging, we're not really blocking with it. Or maybe we want to have a low curve. Reality Smasher doesn't seem amazing here. I'm gonna not play Reality Smasher. Dies to Kozilek's Return. And etc. etc. What else should I? Oh yeah, Hawaii. So my plan is to go for 2 weeks originally. 1 week, but it's evolving. Fly in on Tuesday, leave 2 Mondays from then. I might bail on the ticket and stay longer, but primarily my goal, yeah, I think I might bail. Like if I bail, I'm gonna stay for like close to Thanksgiving, and then go back to Seattle Thanksgiving, then come back here in December. The reason why is like I'm not really bound anywhere as long as I have internet, and uh, you know, like how often am I gonna be on the islands? Why 2 weeks? That was kind of the minimum side. The only problem is that I'll have to pay, like, I would have to buy a new one-way ticket. Um, so I'd be like forfeiting 300 bucks or something like that. My game plan of what to do there is to not to like go sightseeing or whatever, actually, but to figure out like where would I want to live on the island if I could live seasonally. And I asked around, and the primary spot that I've heard, and if you're from Hawaii, tell me about this place. Spot that I've heard that would be a cool place to be, Hilo. Hilo is on the Big Island, population 40,000. They have a couple schools there. It sounds like I can get everywhere I need with a bicycle. Rent is like 400 to 600. Internet, what's going on? Which is not very expensive relative to where I am now. It's like the same price, cheaper even. And there's farms around, so I could probably get good food. Okay. So I'm going. My plan is I haven't booked it yet, but like get in Tuesday, hang out in Honolulu, Hawaii, Oahu Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and do some Pro Tour prep. Friday and Saturday play in the Pro Tour. Sunday and Monday hang out in Oahu for a little bit longer. I'm gonna go get Evolving Wilds. We just kind of need it. And then Tuesday, go to the Big Island. And go stay at a hostel or something. Or like, there's one guy maybe I could crash with for a day or two. And like, go look at places to rent potentially on Wednesday. And then once that's settled, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe visit, like go to some farms or like see if they have open mics, see if they have pickup basketball, see if it would be a good place to live. And then I'm not really a huge fan of moving so much, like bailing, like 'cause it's such a pain to restart all your relationships, not know anyone where you go. But you have to do that in order to know a bunch of people in a new place. So I'm prepared to do that again if necessary. It's a fun thing to do. It's a challenging thing to do. Alright, time to throw down Thought Knot Seer. Ow, I just kicked a 45-pound weight. And two Fiery Impulses would be annoying. World Breaker is kind of a ways from happening. It's not that far from happening. Ishkanal will definitely, like, if we take 4 or 5, we could take a Fiery Impulse. Instant sorcery land. Okay, instant enchantment land. Alright. The opponent would have to Fiery Impulse their own Hedron Crawler in order to Ishkanal. So I'm not super worried about it. I think I'm going to take the World Breaker. Maybe that was wrong. That's the type of shit I would just labor over for ages. Could have taken a Fiery Impulse to prevent that from happening, but I don't know if I care that much. Because the opponent still does not have Delirium. So it's like, whatever. Our turn, Vessel for any land, ideally. And Hedron Archive. Okay, so they're holding an Ishkanal only. Forest. Alright, that's a good one because we don't need a Vessel for a land now. So, game plan. We might just get totally fucking ramrodded by top decks. Which I won't even be salty about because they're drawing so many cards that it's just bound to happen. Drownyard Temple's kind of a weird one to me. Alright, here comes Ishi-ish. Which we don't have a good way to sweep other than brute force. Cards looking for right now, I guess Emrakul would be a good one. I kind of like I want to get a land, but if we can go Ishkanah, that will put us very close to a Decimator kill. So I think that's the one we want. I would love to hit lands, but Ishkanah into Decimator is a way to actually end this game. All we need is... Ooh, that's a good draw. So a 6th green source would allow us to double Decimator. If the opponent Which would give us 15. We might just die on this turn. I'm totally okay with that. It's against green-red ramp. They've been top decking for turns on turns on turns. Hydra's beatable. Don't care so much about that. Another shrine. They've got mana for days. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They only had 8 mana. No, they had 9 mana. So if they have Ulamog, they can cast it. No attacks. Sanctum. Interesting. 5, 6, 7. So what can we do here? We could Ishkanal into Decimator. I would like the Emrakul that I opted to put on the bottom for Decimator. I think that would have won this game, or would have a better chance of, because we might get just fucking reamed on this turn. I'm going to Vessel here, and probably look for... I kind of like getting Thought-Knot Seer out of these to pick the opponent's hand. Thought-Knot. We still need a second green, a sixth green to untap and kill. But if we can, like we're at 20 life, the opponent has 2 cards in hand. If we can Thought Knot, they'll be on back to top decks, and you know maybe they top deck Traverse and straight kill us. A definite possibility, but maybe they don't. And if they don't, we've got several turns to assemble. Like basically, this line gives us. This line seems to give us a pretty good chance. Yeah, Traverse. That was gonna kill us. Opponent has Nissa's Pilgrimage and can top deck. That's it. No top deck, no top deck, no top deck, no top deck. Okay. Not yet a top deck. I like chumping with Matter Reshaper because it maximizes our chances of hitting a 6th green. I'm still rooting for no top deck. Seems okay so far. Block with Matter Reshaper. We don't need to block. We could have just taken, but I believe Battlefield. I believe that's enough to win if the opponent doesn't have some craziness. Because we can double decimate. Let's see what they top decked, if anything. Did they top deck? Did he top deck? Let's play a Headron Crawler. What's it going to be? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. We can get Emrakuled. If the opponent top decked an Emrakul, okay. Back to us. 6 land. So we've got 6, 7, 8. If we emerge Ishkana, it takes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we could decimate into another decimator. Attack for 20. 8, 35, and the opponent has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's enough for a win. For Emerge, sacrifice Ishkanal. We could sacrifice Thought Knot, but I don't want to give them a chance to top deck that bad. I'm going to wait on the Sanctum. The opponent might have drawn Kozilek's Return, and if so, that would be a fucking beating. I should have stacked it opposite. Definitely should have stacked it opposite. Because I want to see if the opponent top decked Kozilek's Return first. If they top decked Kozilek's Return, I'm going to be mad. Okay. We're doing it. Double pig. Double pig. And we have enough to kill. Thought not. Go get an Emrakul. F6, turn sideways, attack for a fuck ton. And attack with all creatures. I ran the math. Double Decimator tends to do it. It's no Crater Hoof, but it's close. Crater Hoof costs, yeah. It's no Crater Hoof, but it's close. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you are from Hawaii, tell me what you think about Hilo. Does it sound like the place I would like? If you have something that's uber broken for standard, keep me in the loop. Tell me what that is. I'd be interested to hear. I want to know. And that's about it. Have a blessed day. Snapchat me, Travis D. Wu. Follow my other YouTube channel, Travis Wu. And don't run the math opponent. Is the opponent running the math, or are they going to do the waiting game? The tilt game, we'll give them another minute, benefit of the doubt. Sometimes you have people disconnect when they lose. Okay, we won. Bam, damage. This deck is it's pretty sweet. The strategy's good. This is, right now, is top of my list. Not this list, but this strategy. I like the decimator thing. It just makes games easy. Double decimator is good. And yeah, get the ebook if you haven't done that yet. Link in description. Take the free course. Have an amazing day. Much love. Adios. Take care.